Adabusonfo me omakwaba adeba Dazi TV so we jere se me ni medi nkomo achepa ye na ene bi wo ho na me hwe bibi o me phone se a bibi aye madwene se me hwe bibi na asema me ba bekan na betima se ayobia ono so betena se na wasese ne hunu se enipa won se wotena se na utran trouble, but sometimes a day will come you'll be caught in the web into ama one kasa one some of can crampono yana insist so na as some babakan there are some people who I don't know say if they have a principle, so a principle maybe I'll be not making sure say it follows your own principle with the tree. There's this video I've chance on it. I'm getting some bo I'm when you be at eti we are master my person meka nansa no ebo audio no. In fact ne was saying me de sa dwumede de bro a Seaside Construction Limited so wo hwe me na wo pese wo si dan anasa wo dan dada a wo pese renovate ade bia fa adansi hu bia no making sure so obefre Seaside Construction Limited on betimi aboa inti yenkonkohwe omkrato ye ba asem kran beka ho asem na bushafo meka ho asem
Adesa edan yesiwe die efe papa
Seaside Construction Limited fonsa
domo so ne himfo
bra fa adansie ho nsensam de wonu madwuma ho tse obese yesi wodan ma anasa wasi wodan awie aka moso enti abrochirefo yi mamo mfa musika ne mfa ba bia ma ne nye basa ankrankre ene nwumakuo bia mo pese yesi mudan mamo say school dan nsore ana company na pese wusia Seaside Construction Limited wo ho mamo abrochirefo yi yesanso ye architectural and structural designs, waterproofing, building estimates, retaining walls, fence walls and electricals. So pesa we renovation. Once we dan ayadada. Na mo pesa ye bowra mu ne asiesie mu. Eye monuma nyina ye no enei abefo kwanso a ye be ya ma.
Adesa ehina mehu Seaside Construction Limited for.
Ye di anjuma wo Ghana fana nyina. Na mo pa ye kira kwan a ye headquarters no e wo Kumase. Atonso S line, Unity Oil echi wonwa. Freya wa huma iso 0536 515311. Seaside Construction Limited and now rebuild.
Arabson Seaside Construction Limited omo ana so yasin amjumadi edebra won me sanso e bon kai se wo hwe me e wo Ghana ha ana se wo UK wo Europe wo US ana se Canada na wo pese wo send sika edebra wa dofo se fintia school fees se mfanyi dapade bi wo free and I say, what's any scada bro? We are gonna make sure you so make promo code you so Lemfi app on it, me do what dance here at the mouth. Lemfi a year mobile app be a send this car rating so a year more competitive rate. Who send this council at the bro? We are my gun I be go straight in the bank account to man, that's a momo account to man. The won't your charges be a year zero, a very secured and a convenient. And I say, who make a transaction, they be answer. The more you use promo code no ubenya bonuses wo ha we sansan you sika back ano wo ha pebis me at the abroad Lemfi and me bon the road at the amount it is all hear me now person send sika at the boy my Ghana ha countries in the models bebre there are 11 countries from Germany, from UK, from US, from Canada, for in France what to hold baby with me as in Netherlands omina with me Italy with me as a car at the abroad for my Ghana. Use my promo code Dazi. Promo code no Dazi. Or more than so be using promo code no. Sana beya ubenya cashback benefit at the home. Omo and a sabi maso masia. Me decide to do with it at the brown.
Rawlings and Maame and Serwaa, but when judge Makunedu. I had to name maybe I say. Maame and Germany ni baako, GBC ni baako. Nukrumu ni baako. Matre. The Rawlings no mo ye. Your German on no two. GBC 1 Nukurum 3 tell my why me mo so Rawlings in the wo ye what is that credo ba bonten be kan bibi fa ho men kan say me ma ne kwa bonten kwa wu no mo yere no mo yedin what is say Ajimakunadu in any of her interviews what is that oba bonten e be kan say baya bi wo GBC Obi awo Germany Obi awo nukurukurum so one ne wo ba ana one ne wo bibi ye what is that wasum from Ajimakunadu what is that one say yem papa Rawlings and free mu a ake fiata go to no Rawlings wo ma bi wo baby. You see, the best thing any woman can ever do for a man is to cover the nakedness of the man.
Captain Smart. So that was what Captain Smart said. In fact, the substance of what he said was a glory. Drama, we call this an aside. He digressed a little bit and then went into the other thing, and that was what held him like an albatross around the neck. Captain Smart said that Rawlings had at least 6 other children while he was alive and outside his matrimony. And Nana Konedu knew all, but she never uttered a word.
We did say what tie audio no hasma me ba beka wasem. Na ansa na mekoso akanuka hu se asem we Captain Smart kokan no. Ya ma me bia no ye adwuma awo GTV friend Thelma. We sue Captain Smart for defamation. Now I want to issue this disclaimer say I'm not repeating the same thing because obetumi sue me for reproducing fabrication until obetumi edemi akọ court. Into my main can say asema me bo audio because I wanted to say something. Asema o kan we chiri na asema o kan because say my mosa audio my mosa full video now you won't get the import of my message. So let me issue this disclaimer that I'm not reproducing the alleged defamatory statement from Captain Smart, but I'm just, for the purpose of what I want to say, I'm just using that one. Because me see you wouldn't understand the point that I'm coming from. So before I go ahead to talk about it, let me issue this disclaimer that I'm not reproducing defamatory statement from somebody already they are challenging the person in court. And I'm just playing that audio or video because I want my audience to understand the import of my message. I'm not even going to talk about the same issue. I'm just going to talk about what I believe people need to know. So what your statement in a Captain Smart, I can ask him be say the biggest thing any woman will do for Nikun so where is your principle? You are someone I believe maybe a bit me back. So I'm in my early 30s. So yeah, I'm in my early 30s. What do I say? Good. In fact, April year bay, and I'm making my birthday. So me share Captain Smart was why at the time I started listening to him for my village in Sefi, Yosu area there. I started listening to him at Fox FM. It's been a long morning show. Very young like me, I was still listening to the radio. And the same way by will say the best thing any woman would do is to be katan oba deja nkuna deja so. That's your principle. Maame Akosua Serwaa Captain. What's now on your TV? That's so power woman. I can't send the brain. In fact, in some of I cannot repeat them here. Ogulu manimasi. Oh yes say. What can your can be? And one thing is that's your opinion. I may disagree with your opinion. Somebody may also disagree with your opinion. But the manner in which you present your opinion is very, very important. How is it? I can't teach you how to talk. I can't teach you your work. You can be my father. So I'm going to be very circumspect in terms of the things that I say. And I can never put a camera on me to rain insult on you. I will never do that. When I see you, I respect you. I give you that respect. like a father, someone who has been in the media landscape for quite a long time, you are probably a legend. But Mukasa, where's the principle? You were the same person chastising Maame Akosua Serwaa Fosuh Papa bi. Ogulu manumase. I don't know what now the lumani oba ewo wa makasa. Wanyese. Now, you are the same person. This audio say, Bema okatande jaso. Now, according to your statement, you made so many allegations. Say Rawlings any bi wo ye. But Nigeria ajimakunedu ambia bonti amakanda otona nano nareka. Because when you say nikunu na one no. He's a former president. He's a big person. And even if they're having issues in their marriage, even if he's probably allegedly having babies outside their matrimonial home, she wouldn't come out to disgrace the husband. Right? Yes. She wouldn't come out to disgrace it. That is the most intelligent and smart wife every man would love to have. And that's exactly what Maame Akosua Serwaa did. Have you guys asked yourself, said that Lumba, the first born, Calvin, right? That Lumba, the second born, the second born, Denise, right? I think Darren so Lumba ba. But all of the other time, these two children, let me put it that way before that when man, at the time that these two children were born, he was married to Maame Akosua Serwaa. She never came out. She never mentioned, she never social media at that time to destroy because of your bar. Send your walk out, can't fire Maame Akosua who said, Omejina Bonti and Kasam. That is the woman we are talking about. That's a woman of virtue. That's the woman every man would love to have. It's no surprising that Lumba said, Nyakopon share me so no bo ba this is Serwaa den Maame. This is a man who fathered different children outside the matrimonial home, even when they gave birth to their first son, Calvin. So that's why Denise and Darren are older than Maame Akosua Serwaa. Did he come out to say anything about the marriage? No. Because she understood the assignment, said, Okatani kuna de edeja, so like how you said it, from me ajumakunedu. So how come now the same person, someone did the same thing for the former president? Because looking at the stature and the status of the former president, bibi sababo ntiye bibi go ebushene ni mwase. Ntiye Maame ajumakunedu Rawlings yakopon fa ne kransie e make sure say ombegina bonten eme bie ne kuna edeja so. Ba obe shield no. And ono nko anu so worry no. Inti sebi oto ye because ebusua pani bi wo ho a nimdie. Ebusua pani bi wo ho gidi say they will make sure things are settled. Ebusua pani bi wo ho a ono sebi obe make sure say oma ne dishie flaws, ne dishie ne mistakes or make here even though ni ho. Say na be ya amanfo nya ho asam kantino. Ebusua pani bi to meet na say and make sure say those things will be covered and be resolved. What in wasam there be that former president Rawlings eko what does dream will be good in once. Maame ajumakunedu Rawlings, just imagine what happened. Ebro we na ekofi ho, uma bi kra ba be sun abusua pani di anim no. Abusua pani di anim no bibia ye boko. Can we say the same thing about Lumba's case? No. Even if that Lumba went ahead to father different children outside his matrimonial home, and that should have been the main concern of probably who is the Abusua Penny, to make sure that even though my this year probably did not take specific decisions to make sure say son or maybe you free my ma. So what the supposed Abusua Penny should have done is say obekata na this year the flaws, the mistakes of making a brown or tia send a beya but what happened? The same person who should have even protected the legacy of a man she claims say or person manu be kokuman kwadan contradicts himself and no become we no can say. Intimism say what are your principles? What are your principles? You don't have principles. So if you can say the same thing about Maame Akosua Rawlings, say to me ekata ni kunu de jaso a one boss an chire obia because na ni kunu a former president and also na president and say you obia na Ghana for e pe na asema the same thing Maame Akosua Serwaa so ye de eye a ono so making sure say o megina bonten e meton ni kunu the flaws are bonten emegyina bonten emekeka ne kunu aware mu nsɛm na sɛbi oni obi kura ɛwo wɔ Ghana ha sɛbi ɔmfa camera any video machine so hey Ghana fo yi no ba betena Ghana no wo amanfo no bi ɔmetena saa da ɔmekunu ni mas because ogidi sɛ ɔne na brɛ abobra enti Yakobɔ behyira na sɛ ebia decision you be taking to na betumi affect na you expect the same person to come out and pronounce to the Ghanaian people say sɛbi omi kunu ɛwo abonten debi da. A woman did something like that and you sat on TV, said whatever you want to say about this woman, vilified her on radio, vilified her on television, said so many things about her. You are the same person you're now saying that Maame Akosua Rawlings. So what are your principles? So now it is good for Maame Rawlings to protect her husband. But it's not good for Maame Akosua to also protect her husband when her husband went ahead to father children outside their matrimonial home. You see? You contradict yourselves. We know so you don't want to say it. Mushro. MC Yeboah. My sister MC Yeboah. Michiao. You are the same person. Entertainment reviewers Akosua Boaji. Maame Akosua Serwaa watena wadanda. Mobi na wunsia wa ma. Mjiz na warini ho. You said whatever you want to say. And then nonsense and entertainment review. Nimpa koya o say ya support ya say the yele no kotena hantena kogu ne nimu ase boso be dikuna. Nimpa baako, what are your principles? We're the same person you claim say Maame Akosua Serwaa watena wadanda. Nikuni any obahofo ewo oba Ghana wontu amaka so dwuma yehwe. And until you said whatever you want to say about the woman. You have said so many things about her. That's your opinion anyway. But you're the same person now telling said because you are supposed to the only year only your own country on Baba Bonta Bekasa. Or Bekasa and almost we good anymore. Into Nimpa ba Kunyenti Yamboden. Can't we have a principle? Maybe your principle can say if I'm supporting Maame Akosua Serwaa 100 plus 1%, and where she's not going, I'm not stepping my foot. And that's the reason why I did not go for the funeral. I could have committed me a content, a critique content. I'm making money, a lot of money. I'll get people to watch my videos and I'll get money. But my energy may send me in court because I have a principle. My principle is that I'm going to be loyal and dedicated to her. That is it. So no amount of money, no amount of content, no amount of followers I may have gotten will push me to do that. And lady be a friend chickens catch them say, me block papa. Simply because I did not go for the funeral to go and create content. Me papa. And that very day when I joined their live video, sometimes I felt sorry for myself and I was very sad. Simply because sometimes when you look at the level of argument, you check the person's level of argument and level of understanding of issues. Who say no, baby or no offer 77, which in class 1 now, which in SS1. No matter how you explain that thing to the person, you don't need to even waste your time. And that's how I felt. Say me crying and can be joining life. I only joined the life to draw attention to my friend. Plus one said they can make their own argument. Abra, can say that's what I say. They can go ahead and make the argument. They should not bring the name of Maame Akosua Serwaa into their discussion because Maame Akosua Serwaa does not control Tiwa. No one in a sort TikTok and this in a name. I catch on say. Even though the main fact or supporting Maame Akosua Serwaa does not mean and same can be Maame Akosua and sanctions on cancel because that person is not the spokesperson for Maame Akosua Serwaa. And I joined that live just to clear that part. And that's when they came at me, insulted me, said so many things to me. And I said, come on. I mean, maybe I made magro at the edifa. Then so I even dropped off. The guy did not even add me back. Plus, I did not add me back on TikTok and I left. Even later on, I felt very bad for myself. Say, I don't need to go there and even explain things because I'm understanding. It is not at par with me. So this evening, may imagine say may share video because me share video. I felt very sad. I felt like so the man knew this. So what happened? What happened to his principle? That one woman did the same thing. You applauded her as a virtuous and wonderful woman. Another person did the same thing, and then you vilify that person. Say one kasa one yehe oguni nikuni nimase. Enti wow share. What are your principles? MC Yeboah the same thing. You could just my body tell my cousin why you say. But now you are the same person who's saying that you are upon. So Until you see, in the beginning, say, it's the business when you connect one can, you begin to contradict yourself. I just will be a type and tropa. With me and trust, that could need to be free, no one can contradict. They say, how do you call it? A typical example that I can give is Maame Akosua, and I always say that you got married to the person. Supposed married was 2010, and then you gave birth to your first son in I think 11 December 2011, and the lawyer asks you again, say, how many months? Answer, oh worry, no. In fact, they got married in April, I guess April. Supposed marriage in April 2010. Our tantra here, and then gave birth in December 11th, 2001. Wasn't even up to 1 month. Oh, we meet me. It was up to 9 months. Okay, if I am fine, become part. And I Ghana they still want to me boss here and somehow. And the lawyer could see ask him. So until worrying how many months I want the first born, I say 18 months. And so on. When I was shocked. So this is what has happened. That we have people that don't have principle. They will stand for one person because when it suits them, they will disagree with something when it does not suit them. But one thing I've always said is that you should have a principle as a human being, and people will believe whatever that you say. So I ask myself again, if you're Maame, the former first lady, and not connected to Rawlings, assuming without admitting the allegations you made, say Rawlings say won't change. But when you say you former president, as you did that something, you begin to want to make a tone that worry when some keep here. And Rawlings and one will be a fan canon. A protecting the image till the opportunities are from you know. Maame Akosua Serwaa ko yebia. Ono mpo de owo ne first born no. They say ne kunu second born and then the third born na onyi ne say efie Maame Akosua Serwaa. Ano krampa my kasa. Nti ona so onim ne kunu dada, onim ne kunu adeja, onim ne kunu ne flaws. Nti ehora no hunu say me kunu ebia say not. But because of the bia kwakodi ntino me gina bonten e meton ne yade e enfama Ghana for. I say people will begin to prescribe medicine bi kura no kwase betimi de ama me kunu ko ba fa na yade. No. And I was in you, meaning, command, and you couldn't edit. I accompanied to their friend. And such a woman kept quiet, protected the legacy of her husband. Say, I couple to inside the friend. I'll be a name say, I do wait and see. But because you change now, you must say, Sintino. Mokotana say, I share ye, a pimpam ye, and make sure say, at Hadian took one of them, your Mrs. Sinina, at their cop. As at Hadian, they are shadowman, I ye. Nimpa na ono nim se ade na mo ye no nim se enye sa nete but ade na tete no mo make sure so mo pempam e de akohye ama na yi baka ho ye dem krapa tade tete ye na pempam to kro dem eno won atade ye alteration da the moment a blade kaka be ka the first one it is rule at the core. That's how it is. That's how packaging it was. What I say. So please, I'm just saying this evening because I feel like as a human being, we need to have a principle in whatever that we do, and we stand for the truth. We shouldn't talk about things that suit us, but we should speak about the truth. Maame Akosua Serwaa deserves the crown. She deserves every opportunity. She deserves all the love that Ghanaians are showing her. She deserves every moment. You may disagree with some of her decisions. Of course, she's a human being. But trust me, she deserves every single thing she's fighting for. Look, I spoke to a lawyer, and I'm sure Matis a Chris Vincent, look, the lawyer said, look, Supreme Court, and I said PNDC law 111, right? And no, it gives specific guidelines to how estate should be shared. But in situation where the person got married to another woman a couple of years before getting married to another person, so do you expect, say, Emrano, so near Maame Akosua Serwaa any odobo no be charge apadia? Adia Maame Akosua Serwaa at the time on omo carving na sabro, I don't even know how old was odobo ni, whether afino no or 90 or afino 190 afino kuskum put them into me. Property omo acquire at that time, you are here say 50-50 omo chichim. I'm sure say so can or say yeah charge apadia say yeah the Children's Act crab bebem, yeah the Constitution bebem, yeah the PNDC law 119 bebem. So you expect a woman who suffered with a man for over 30-something years before meeting you, and because he met you at that time, you want to go and share the same properties on and have it at the time you were not even in the picture. You were not. I'm not sure something and we a lawyer who chira adim de chira manfo. This is what you are saying, sir. Because there's a PNDC law 111, and because that's the husband, properties are no year at the time, and I said, I buy no be fine crampo no ye na just obe nanti and answer obe wi crampo no. On any meche, and you want that woman to sit down and watch. Hey, to manga some bias near the mouth. As I said, I want to take this opportunity to say that you should have a principle as a human being. You should have a principle as a person. You should stand for the truth. I know sometimes the truth hurts. I know sometimes the truth can even affect you. You know, some of us, one way or the other, have also affected us, but you're not giving up because you believe that the truth will definitely come out one day. And that's why, and same way, and I believe with time, Maame Akosua Serwaa will be vindicated. So guys, so thanks for watching. And I want to say once again that this show was brought to you by Seaside Construction Limited. Well, more than so before, na wadamu CC, upese usi dan, upese oboso, wesi dana wie, adanda da, upese very innovative demand. Ye ne kama more than so before Seaside Construction Limited. From no bet me abaye dwande. Mo kumase, get the whole Ghana room baby. No one so before. Just let them know the location. They'll do everything for you. And of course, if you're also watching, you want to send money to your friends, your loved ones, everybody here in Ghana, just download the Lemfi app. Now use my promo code DAZI. In fact, exchange rate in the perfect one, competitive rate. We'll send this kind of the Momo account and the bank account. But straight within a minute, we'll send it to kind of pim. I say we'll send a text message, Now, but then per bank account and Momo account with no zero charge. Like we'll send this into be a nobody say use promo code no DAZI. Use DAZI. We use DAZI now. Ubenya cashback benefit. Into we'll send this kind of using promo code now. Oh, because more benefits and what happen, you can redeem those monies as cashback benefit. But umbre is secured, convenient, and perfect over upper. You should send this kind of bagana ha. Unihu asimbia. What do you have to make about this point that I've made? Let me get your comment under the comment section. And hold on, I have an exclusive interview coming. It will to shake the internet. The person I come to talk, you have no idea. Hopefully next week, because me person MPP for election or movie na MPP. Because as a digital person, I need to monitor the system and look at the one that people are talking about it. I want NPP to finish their primaries. After that, just wait for that exclusive interview. I love you guys. God bless you. Today I decided to wear UCC because I love my university, right? God bless you. Ghana for Amoti, Italy, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Ireland, Portugal, USA, UK, Canada, and France. Me want some debi at the bremo. Sabe wo send this card about Ghana ha. A straight free you, Lemfi, and me bon de ready amamo. The Lemfi wo send this kana rate ni a very competitive rate. And I will send this kana so a free won't you transactional fee bia. And the second will send the app within a minute about beton per bank account and now send the Momo account. If you are new, just use my referral code DAZI on your first qualified transaction. Our Lemfi, Ubenya cashback benefiter. A bit about Lemfi so then you earn a point in every transfer be bedding Ube making that you can redeem for a discount on your next transaction. For more than so, download it Lemfi or Google Play Store and App Store na register na bomodien so best send this car at the door for my Ghana ha Lemfi dear the most secured, reliable and more convenient app who send this card about Ghana ha a home touch mebia.
Adesan edan ye siwe die efe papa.
Seaside Construction Limited for nsa.
Domo so ne himfo.
Bra, efa adansie ho nsensam de wonu madwuma ho tse. Opese ye se wodan ma. Anasa wesi wodan awie aka moso. Enti abrochirefo yi, mamo mfa musika ne mfa baabi ama ne nye basa. Ankrankre, ene nyumakuo bia mopese ye se mudan mamo. Say ye school dan nsore ana company na opese usia. Seaside Construction Limited wo ho mamo. Abrochirefo yi, yesanso ye architectural and structural designs. Waterproofing, building estimates, retaining walls, fence walls, ɛna electricals sɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ renovation wasi wo dan ayɛ dada na mmom wopɛ sɛ yɛbɔwura mu ne asiesie mu ɛyɛ mu nnwuma nyinaa yɛ no ɛnnɛ abɛɛfo kwan so a yɛbɛyɛ ama
Adesa, ɛhe na mehu Seaside Construction Limited for?
yɛdi ndwuma wɔ Ghana afanan nyinaa na mmom wopɛ yɛkyerɛ kwan a yɛ headquarters no ɛwɔ Kumase Atonso S-Line Unity Oil akyi wɔ no a frɛ yɛ wɔ ahoma yi so 0536 515311 Seaside Construction Limited and rebuild